This is Daf Yomi Yerushalmi, the Seches Kilayim. In the article, was part edition, we are on Daf Beis Amud Aleph at the two dots, where there is a header, Hasarim B'Shibot Shuo. And in the Vilna, we are on Aleph Amud Beis. The second line of the wide lines, Rabbi Yosa, because there's no header in the Vilna. And I'd like to note that the shot I said yesterday in the, about who says Havei Ritzua, it's the questioner to the questioner, which was Rabbi Yaakov Zavda, said it to Rabbi Yirmiyah. I just noticed that the Rosh really often learns it that way as well. Okay, so now we're getting back to our sugya today. We're talking about the Mishnah, and when it says all these things in the Mishnah, the Gemara assumes here that they are sets. Says Gemara, Rabbi Yosef Shem Rabbi Yochanan, Kulan Zugos. All the things in the Mishnah are couples. In other words, one is mutter in 2, 3 is mutter in 4, 5 is mutter in 6, and so on and so forth. I'll call Pirkei Samas. Is that going on everything in the parak? In other words, with the next Mishnayos have similar lists. Are they also 2 by 2s, or is it really this Mishnah which is 2 by 2? So that's more asked. Ma kol Pirkei Samas da hilchusa. So min the Amar Rab that Rab says in the case of Psachim. The 5 vegetables which one can yod say with on Pesach, which are the 5 types of moror. You can plant all of them together in a small patch. Vamar Hadad Rav Gemara there says that which Rab says Pliga Rabbi Yochanan, that argues Rabbi Yochanan. Hadamra Kol Pirkei Samas. It must be it's on the entire parak. Because later on we're going to have that case. Moshe explains, "Vamar Klamar Vamina Lo Hada." The Rabbi Yochanan. We say the Rabbi what Rav says is Rabbi Yochanan. The Chashiv Hasim enumerates there Chazeres for ocean. The Chazeres for ocean can be planted together. Rabbi Yochanan the Kamar Zugos Tafkahu. According to Rabbi Yochanan, who said they're couples. Dafka. Who they in Kilayim Zebazeh? Chazeres for ocean Kilayim. The Chazer and ocean should be Kilayim. The common Kol Chashim Asnisin. The Zugos. Later on, the Mishnah considers it to be considers the Zugos as Chazeres for Chazeres Galin, ocean but ocean Soda. Those are the groupings. So that's the case. Like Chazeres for ocean should be stay Zugos saying they're 2 different couples. So therefore, must be that Rabbi Yochanan learns the entire parak like that, and that's why he argues on Rav in Maseches Pesachim. Rava b'shem Rav said, "Kulon zugos." Rava said in the neighbor Rav that they're all zugos in the Mishnah, but that is probably because Mechalva she does say the Rav. Rav seems to exchange his view. Tamar kulam min echad, because there he said all 4 types of mar are one species. V'cham here says we only go by couples, and as we just explained, if that's the case, you should not be able to plant the 5 types of more in a patch together. Lo the Rav Amar Kulam Min Echad says no, not the Rav said meant that they're all 1 min. They aren't 1 min, even though they put them all together in Psachim. What is he saying? Lo Amar Elamine Yeroko. He's saying he said the meant to say the types of vegetables. The Kulam Mutar Lizar Baruga. And you can plant them all in a patch because there are ways of planting 5 different vegetables in the patches. Because they're going to see them later in Kilayim. So therefore, he wasn't saying that they're not Kilayim with each other, but the ways to plant 5 vegetables in a patch, even a small patch, and they won't be a problem of Kilayim. Rabbi Yosa Yosef b'shem Rabbi Chia Barva. Yosef named Rabbi Chia Barva. Ashkechun ksiva bin Chassid Rabbi Hillel Be Rabbi Alas. They found written in his Pinchas, in his notebook. Rabbi Yonah b'shem Rabbi Chia Barva. Ashkechun al Kaisla. Ashkechun ksiva al Kaisla the Rabbi Hillel Berelas. He found evidently the same thing that the Rabbi Chia Barva found in the Pinchas. Rabbi Yonah said, no, that was Rabbi Yosef, but Hashem Rabbi Chia Barva said that Rabbi Hillel wrote in his Kuntres, in his notebook. Rabbi Yossi, named Rabbi Chia Barva, said, no, they found it, Rabbi Yonah named Rabbi Chia Barva, said they found it written on the walls of Rabbi Hillel Rabbi Alas, which is Alas Pila Bishona Gilbona Milvasa Sarvana Vana Silta. So these are additional substances, and which he's enumerating, other than the ones which are enumerated in our Mishnah. No, that was wrong. They're not additional substances. These are his interpretations of the plants which you find in our Mishnah. Period. Then we have a new thing, really. Kimas Nisa. This is how to understand the Mishnah. How love on Vashuis. So the Radbaz says, Kasab Shlosa Yozal, and Gra writes, Daya Girsa Shu'in, not shu with a nun, not with a soft, but nun. Masha says have a min acher. So it sounds like it's a different min. The Cain circle, so he says the Cain circle grows from Masis. This is the way I have to learn our Mishnah. Vashu is besaf. The min pull. That's a type of a legume. Hamshashas halev, which gives the heart pleasure. Umilas pull kayatarvayu. The word pull goes on both. I love and about shuis, white and the shuis is green beans in our day and age. Over emes b'mishnayis was Vilna Garcia Masisim v'shuim. Mem, in fact, was a gersa mem in the Mishnah. Can't come makim Masisim v'shuis b'sof. So as he's saying, I mean, Kimas Nisa halavan v'shuis, not halavan v'shuin. Evidently, it's not the same thing. It's not a pool. Why is it called pool? Shuis? It gives a pleasure to the heart, and makes the intestines go. What it says, it cleans them out. It's like a cleanse. Okay, halacha base. Hakishas from labphone and claims ebezeh. The squash and cucumbers, evidently, and they go to the same species. Here my claim says the arkin line. Chazer galin ushin bushe sode, krishim krishe sode, kuzbar sode. All this evidently domesticated and wild products of the I don't know, domesticated wild. Some of them grow in the garden and some of them grow in the field. They're not too many. That's what I'm saying. Chaydav challah mitzri, mustard, Egyptian mustard, uglas mitzris, varamutza, upula mitzri, v'charuv. This is not our carob, which we have today. Or back then, it was called carob. It's a different type of bean. As Pei Moshe says, carob b'gemara fresh mean pula mitzi parsihu, a Persian Egyptian bean. So katzvoisav heina tarmilim shazera b'socho dakin kama akurin charub. The pods look like a carob tree. So this Rumtza pula mitzri v'charov. No. So yeah, Rumtza pula mitzri so charov. No, actually, I was going to say Rumtza is going on the back one before. It should be Las mitzris varamutza. That's actually kind of obvious. Then that combo pula mitzri v'charov ain't colliding with each other. Okay, says Gemara. I'm Rabbi Yehuda bar Menashe. Divrei Chachamim, according to Chachamim, who say that kishos and malafon are not considered to be kilayim each other. Nota ma'achas repeat mushel kishos. You can take a seed from the stem of a kishos, the nota, and you can plant it. Nase avatia, nase avatia becomes an avatia. I don't know exactly what this means. There are, however, apples. They don't grow true to seed, which I think means you can take a seed from a green delicious apple tree and plant it in the red delicious apple tree. So it could be there's something along those lines. And therefore vice versa. Adam nota ma'achas mipit moshav you take a seed from there and nota and plant it with natzis ma'afafon. It comes ma'afafon. Rabbi Yomer ikaro kilayim. It is considered to be kilayim from the get go. Adam nota. Exactly. Here. Interesting. He says that the root of malafafon emerges from kilayim. In other words, the two seeds are combined together. Otherwise, you don't get a malafafon. So he says, uh, uh, Rabbi Yomer ikaro kilayim. Adam nota ma'achas mipit moshav. You take a seed from the stem of a melon, and take a stem from the take a seed from the stem of an apple. And you put them in one hole. They mix together, and become kilayim. And that is Fum came to Sav, can they Beloshon Yoina, therefore they should call it, I guess, in Greek, Melafafon, Mufafon. Mufafon, the, it's probably, it's hard to say it's Greek, it sounds like Aramaic. But Moshe says, Bishus Kakur and Beloshon Yivani, some Melafafon, Hashem Alipu, because they get wrapped together, Badibuk, and they cling. The Shim Stabekas, Nasis Karin Avatiach. And that they cling together, they make this new plant. I have here the Shas circled. Venis achim kulim mikan. Say mikan ra'ah nira mikan nira. The Zroim im the Zroim im zirei ilan einam kilayim. That seeds with the seeds of a tree are not kilayim. Kan lo beis Yosef yodeh simon reish hey. Continuation. Hey, v'achar bebedek habayis tiknu. Tzim chomer the sefta shom mevor behedichem v'chem mevor v'kam b'kesem mishbergav. Aval gam mikan nirakem. Okay, so it sounds like these two seeds, according to this understanding, they come from different places. One's a seed of the ground, one's a seed of a tree, and they mix together, and that's okay. Says the Gemara. Actually, where are we up to? So the Rastarilio says that it is Greek, mufafon, and that apples are called in Greek mile, and avatichim are called pipune, and that is combination is called malafafon, and that is therefore it says malafafon is not a type of squash, but it's a different type of thing. So I look on Google Translate, and apple in Greek is taka milo. Let's forget about what the avatiach is. And a melon in Greek is a pipone. So melafophone is apple melon. And sorry for that interruption. And believe it or not, I did not know there was such a thing. This thing called an apple melon. And it says here the apple melon has overall round shape with a gently flat bottom. Its smooth skin is white with a pale greenish tail yellow tint. Interior flesh has a rich water content and firm texture surrounds the central seed bank. Apple melon has an aromatic floral scent and a refreshing sweet flavor that has more melon than cucumber. And the apple melon is can be also referred to as a melon apple, cinnamon apple, cucumber apple. So of crossbreeding apple cucumber and cucumber melon. Apple melon is an obscure fruit rarely found out of India, Indonesia, and the surrounding area. But that's obviously to tell you about this apple melon, which comes from these things I never heard of before. Let's see what they are. Yeah, the Cucumis savitis is a cucumber. Looks like a cucumber, and I guess it is a cucumber. And the cucumber melon is a kind of melon. Looks like a melon, kind of like a cantaloupe. Not quite the same thing. So you take it's a cross between a cucumber apple, which evidently is for a cucumber, and a melon, and that makes melafophone. And that brings us to Gimel Amud Aleph.